Steve, congratulations.
Thank
on your
you.
Second title here in the last 3 years. Your third senior major of the 2023 season. How special is this one for you?
Yeah, it's very special. It's our Players Championship. It gets me into the Players Championship next year on the regular tour, which was a goal of mine to get back there again before the end of my career. So very excited, very excited to be able to go back there, to have won here in the inaugural Kaulig Company's tournament. You know, it seems like I just met the gentleman for the first time, but seem to be very enthusiastic about being the sponsor here, and that's what makes for a good event. And so, yeah, very excited to be the champion.
Thank you, Steve. With that, we'll open up to questions from the group.
Somebody earlier in the week said that one of the areas of growth seems to be your ability to close out tournaments. The knockout punches, the putt on 50, 15, 50 as in about 50-footer, like 15, and the wedge on 16. Can you walk us through this a little bit? Because clearly those were nails in the there.
Yeah, I didn't hit that bad a drive on 14, and I played over there because I didn't think I could reach the bunker over there at 14, and ended up getting right on the edge of the bunker where I didn't have a very good stance. Thought it was really going to snap hook out of there and end up making a bogey. So all of a sudden, it's a one-shot, game and between Harrison and I don't know what David Toms was doing up in front of us, but I hit a nice solid shot in at 15, and so to make that putt and then to have Harrison miss that, I mean, that really was the turning point right there. That's a killer when you're on the other end of that. I know that. I've been there, and it's demoralizing, and but on my end, it was really fun. To be honest, I mean, that's why we're out there playing, and it's and then to hit the wedge in there at 16, that's my strong suit, and those guys both laid up in my playing partners in the rough, so I had a little bit of an advantage there, and so I took advantage of my strength and hit it in there close at 16. So yeah, those two holes definitely won me the tournament, but that's fun. That's why we're playing, and that's what's exciting for me, coming down the stretch to see if you can handle it. And the more times I get in there, the more times I show myself that I can handle it, the more confidence I have in being able to do it.
What's the club there, Steve?
I hit a 4-iron. It probably was a 3-iron today, but I just was trying to get it in the center of the green. That's not a strong suit of mine, is trying to flag a 3-iron from whatever it was, 220. And so I'm just looking at making a 3 and getting out of there, and then playing those last 3 holes. So I've had that putt over the years. I know it's a little bit of a double breaker from where I was there, and it came off beautifully. It went in with perfect speed, and like I said, that hurts, when the other guy's in there closer and he doesn't make it.
Would you say 50 feet?
It was in the middle of the green, without taking my yardage book out, but it was probably a good 40-footer for sure.
And how far was Harrison?
He was probably 20,
He's got a makeable.
Yeah, he's got a makeable putt for sure.
That must be.
Yeah.
I talked to Mario, and not to tell you what he said, but I want to ask you the same question. Is this the best you've ever played in your career?
I don't know. I mean, I've gotten that question a lot. I have, and I'm playing very consistently. I have a lot of belief and trust in what I'm doing. I'm not getting rattled. Today I felt very comfortable out there being in that position, and I think that's the difference. From now to other years on tour, and I never got in. I won 12 times, but I never got into the contention like I'm getting into contention now on the Champions Tour. I'm having more cracks at it, more times to fail, more times to succeed, and then when you do succeed, you can draw for those times. So I'm just getting in there more times now than I did on the regular tour, and yeah, I'm learning from it.
Steve, we were talking earlier in the week about the emergence, metamorphosis, whatever happens as 38 in you, your approach, your game, and coming forward. 42, 43, you're world number 2. Can you compare that player to 14 years later? Now, are there ways in which that player definitely was better than you at this and that, but you're maybe as good at in some other things? Would you, your putting, your wedge play, even off the tee, 74% fairways, that's lethal with your wedge play. You put those together.
Yeah, and I don't know if my wedge play is any better than, I mean, I've always been a very good wedge player. I've always, putted pretty well for the most part. I mean, we all go through ups and downs with the putter. I was probably a better putter than I am now. I putt well still, but back then that was definitely a strength of mine, day in and day out. I was longer probably back then. I would still probably take my game back then than I am now, to be quite honest with you. I think the older we get, everything starts to deteriorate a little bit. Your length, your accuracy, everything just, the up and down, the putting. But mine has seemed to kind of hang in there a little bit longer than some of the other players probably. And but that's the challenge. I try to keep, in shape and, eat the right things and do all that kind of stuff because I want to continue to play. I want to play like Bernhard when I'm 65. So that's my goal. And, so it's enjoy it while it lasts. I know we don't have a lot of, we're on our downward cycle out here. We're not starting our careers, let me put it that way. So I'm just enjoying the ride and enjoying the time and enjoying days like today when you're able to get it done.
Go ahead.
Steve, obviously, well, first I want to say happy anniversary.
Yeah, thank you.
It's at 30 years, right?
Yes.
Okay, right behind you, 27 years.
Nice.
But we started off the week talking about, of course, the mental game of golf, and Bernard mentioned that he didn't think all of golf was mental, but when you had players that were similar athletic ability, that it became mental. You went down a little bit below leaders earlier in the week. How did you regroup and stay focused on the task at hand, stay in the moment, and lead yourself to victory?
Yeah, I mean, Friday was very disappointing for me. I haven't played that poorly or hit some of the shots that I hit in a long time. I mean, they were awful. Some short irons that I'm normally very accurate with, I was missing. I had this pull hook going, and I just really didn't know where it was coming from. So, that was disappointing. I went to the range Friday afternoon and hit some balls, worked on it, and, went back to some of the keys that I always go back to since 2005 and started, feeling some better things. Did not sleep very good Friday night because I was so upset the way I played, So it was an important round yesterday to come out, and I think I only missed a couple of fairways and missed about 4 greens yesterday and hit a couple of those shots, but not as bad. And then today was just all in all just better. I don't think my numbers were better than yesterday, but overall I hit better shots and more consistent and really put the pressure on my playing partners. I was very steady and very consistent all the way around today. So that makes me happy that I was able to bounce back after Friday's round.
Would you say you were able to, each shot, just go through your routine and just be able to compartmentalize before each shot, just able to get in the right mindset and just take one shot at a time?
Yeah, and I I still fought that feeling like I was going to hit it to the left, even today. So it wasn't I wasn't swinging as freely as I would like to, but I was still able to hit the shots and the proper shots at the times that I needed to. So that makes me feel good. And I'll get into why I was hitting those shots probably a little bit more after I take some time off and just try to figure out why I was doing that. But to bounce back, means a lot.
Now that you're at TPC next year and get to go after Jerry's record, just another one drop in. Thoughts on that?
He's gonna be 10.
Yeah, well, that is a goal of mine, is to beat Jerry's record of the oldest to make the cut at the TPC. And if I do make it next year and make the cut, I would top his record, which I don't think would make him very happy. But definitely, I got my sights set on that. I'm just excited to go back there and play again too. It's a great tournament. It's our flagship event on tour, and I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Where will you play next?
Yeah, good question. I've got. I'm not sure. I know I'm playing Flint for sure. I may throw in one of those first, either Seattle or Calgary before Flint, but I'm not sure if I will, which one, or if I will.